Hey everybody, and welcome to your midweek market update. Okay, so as far as the market goes, things haven't changed much this week, so you shouldn't see any big changes in interest rates or anything like that, although there are some announcements coming out a little bit later this week that could have an effect on interest rates. So as always, if you're already pre-approved, I recommend that you get with your loan officer and take a look at your interest rate if you're not locked in already, to find out how the market might have changed some since you were pre-approved. So we have been talking this week about the different aspects of getting a loan, and I've covered income, covered assets, and today I want to talk about the property that you might want to buy, because there are some things that you need to know about the properties, and the property approval is just as important as the approval for you as far as income and assets go. So each type of loan that you can get has different ways of looking at the property. So if you look at a conventional loan, for instance, it's going to be a lot less restrictive on the property than, say, a government loan like USDA, VA, or FHA loans. And you need to know what those things are. And just to give you an example, so on a USDA loan, if there's any deficiencies in the house, health and safety issues, then when the appraiser goes out to appraise that house, the appraiser has to note those deficiencies on the appraisal report, and everything that the appraiser notes has to be taken care of. This is not something that's a responsibility of your lender. It is USDA guidelines. So you need to know that going in, and when that appraisal comes out and your lender gets a copy of it, they're going to go through a review process to make sure that the appraisal meets USDA guidelines. And then if there's any kind of repairs noted on that, then they're going to communicate back to you. And that's something that you'll have to negotiate through your agent to the seller's agent. If you're doing a VA house, you're buying a VA house. So the VA is pretty restrictive as well. It's what they will approve. And one of the things that USDA and VA have in common is if the house is on a private well and not on a city or public water, then they're going to request a well water test for the house. And they're going to look for contaminants in the water. There's about 4 different things they're going to look for. So you need to know that too, that if you're looking at going through USDA, FHA, VA, you need to find out if the house is on a well or on public water system. And if it's on a public water system, then you're going to need a well water. If it's not on a public water system, I should say, if it's on a well, you're going to need a well water test. And that's something you want to do pretty early on in the process. And one other piece of advice when it comes to working with your realtor and your lender through this whole process is make sure if you're in a state that has due diligence, in other words, that's a time, due diligence is a set time that you and the sellers agree upon that you have to do all your inspections. And those inspections are not just the house inspections. There's going to be things like getting an approval for your loan, so getting the loan through underwriting. It's going to get a home inspector out there, an appraiser out there, all these things. You want to give yourself enough time in that due diligence period to do all your fact finding. In North Carolina, it's really important because once you're outside the due diligence period, if you've put money into earnest money and the house has issues that show up after due diligence, and you want to back out of that home, you could lose money. Whatever money you've put up for earnest money, you could lose that in the state of North Carolina if you pull out after due diligence. So make sure you stay on top of that. Your agent should be staying on top of that. If the appraisal's not come back yet and you're at close to the end of your due diligence period, then your agent can ask for a due diligence extension. And they should do that until all the facts about that house and about your loan are known. Anyway, if you have any questions about any of this, let me know. My email and my website are right here. And I'd appreciate it if you would like, share, and follow my page. And share this with other people, because you never know who could use these videos. Share them with your realtors, because a lot of times, especially if it's a new realtor or maybe a realtor that don't do a lot of different types of transactions, they need to know some of these details. And this video doesn't cover it all, There's a lot more than this to know. So these are just a very few things that I think are important for buyers to understand, and definitely for realtors to understand when you're going through the loan process. Have a great day, and God bless you.